at this
Yeah,
point.
yes, it does.
It doesn't, because
Yes, yes, it does.
We're out here for suspicion.
Is it a misdemeanor?
Well, we don't know, because we don't know what the crime
Okay,
is.
well then, when you get done investigating and you find out what crime I've committed, I'll more than happily cooperate with anything you have. But until then, I'm under no obligation to even speak with you at this point.
Okay.
And I'm trying to inform you and make you aware of the law. I have the code. If you want to go look up the code and then come back with me.
Read me the code then.
Verbatim?
Go for it.
So the person knowing or intentionally provides, fails to provide either their name, date of birth, driver's license if in possession. It's hard to read. To a law enforcement officer who has stopped the person for an infraction or an ordinance violation, commits a Class C.
So it's still...
What ordinance violation have I committed?
We're coming in contact with
But it doesn't say, no, it doesn't, it says for an infraction.
Yes.
What infraction have I committed?
Coming out here for suspicious activity.
But that's not, but you already said that's not a crime.
But I mean, until when it's a suspicion, until we're done with our investigation,
Then go investigate and let me know. I'm under no obligation to help you with your investigation. You investigate what crime you think I've committed.
Yeah, well, you still have to ID yourself.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
Yes.
I'd like to speak to your supervisor.
Well, he's not on.
I will kindly wait. I want to speak to, I'm formally requesting your supervisor. You can call him and have him come in here. I'm formally, because you are not acting within the law. Are you even ILEA certified?
I am.
Or did you get the updated training for 2018?
Yes, I did.
What, did you get any on public photography?
I don't remember.
So you don't even remember your training. That doesn't bode well for you, you know.
Okay, quick. One more time.
Hello?
What did you say?
Yeah. I said that doesn't bode well if you can't even remember your training. Do you remember your training from the academy?
What did you say about photography?
Did you get the updated ILEA training for 2018?
Yeah, we did.
Okay, so what's the problem here? I'm in public taking photos.
Yeah, we're just wondering what you're doing out here.
No, you're wanting my ID.
Yeah.
But that's not part of the code.
But we're out here for suspicious activity.
But that's not a crime. You can investigate to find out suspicious activity of what crime. What crime do you suspect me of committing?
Are you ILEA certified?
What crime do you suspect
ILEA certified?
me? I'm not going to answer any of your questions.
Okay.
We don't have to answer any of your questions.
Exactly.
Okay. If that's what your training says, public servant. Did you take an oath to defend
this community? Yes.
and the Constitution before the community?
Absolutely.
Right, and that includes the First Amendment.
Correct.
It's first for a reason, and that's what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm upholding my right to take photos and video in public.
Okay.
So I'm not committing a crime, and you can't deem a constitutionally protected activity a crime. The Supreme Court has already ruled on that. If you don't know that, go look it up.
I do know that.
Okay. So
Like I said-
you can't say that I'm being suspicious for taking photos because it's a constitutionally protected activity.
Yeah, but we see that now. But we got called out here because people were scared.
Okay.
So do you see where we're coming from?
No.
'Cause
I'm not a
I'd
law
like to
enforcement
explain-
officer.
I'd like to figure out where we're going here.
I'm not a law enforcement officer.
Correct, and we are.
Right.
And we're trying to figure out, I mean, like I said, if somebody's calling saying they're scared or, you know, something's going on, we have to come out here and as public servants and go on from there.
Okay. You did. You
So-
investigated. Am I committing a crime?
No, but we still came in contact with you.
Okay. Well, great.
So you're not going to give any ID.
What crime have I committed?
At this point, we don't know.
Okay. Well, I'm under no obligation to help you with that.
Okay. All right, well, have a good night.
Thank you, sir.